The saying goes, there's a first time for everything. And for Russell Wilson, today's his first game ever at US Bank Stadium. Will the Vikings give him a rude introduction? Find out next on EA Sports.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at US Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. It's an early test here after 2 losses to start the season. In a game they probably really need.
Obviously, no way do they want to get to 0-3. Not many teams make the playoffs with that kind of a start.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Well, the Minnesota offense ready to go to work here. Their quarterback in his 10th season overall now, and 4th as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 22 carries, 131 yards.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space, because the defense will key on him.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Cousins to throw it. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And he will have the Vikings first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. First down, here's the run with Cook. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 38-yard line.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Give him 2 on the play there, and it'll give the Vikings a first down. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On play action, Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. L.J. Collier. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Right there, 54, right there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Cook. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as they'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. No return, but it goes down as just upon the 31 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle's offense ready to go here for the first time, and leading them is the 7-time Pro Bowler in his 10th year now in the NFL, Russell Wilson.
And he's had good success here already this season throwing the football. 6 touchdown passes in his 2 games. He's really got this offense playing with a lot of confidence, trying to establish themselves early as a Super Bowl contender.
On 1st down, Wilson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd down, Wilson. And it's incomplete. Chris Carson, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. 21 yards there on 3rd down. From Viking territory now. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Escaping the pressure right. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. Here's Carson, and he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
This throw complete. Wilson finding Lockett. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another 1st down.
And that guy just keeps getting better. And I'm talking about Tyler Lockett, who just made that nice catch there for a 1st down. Now in his 7th season with Seattle, last year may have been his finest yet. And even 100 catches, many of them of the spectacular variety. Paired with DK Metcalf, a heck of a dynamic duo for the Seahawks.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup there. 2nd down from the 8. They can get a 1st down by reaching the 5. Out left, he's got it to Everett. Touchdown! Gerald Everett, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong, only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. But when you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Throwing, Cousins. And complete, right side to Cook. And down he'll go at the 25. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. He gives it off to Carson. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Anthony Barr in on the tackle. 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and it's 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Being chased out left. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. From midfield now, here's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. This one into the hands of Metcalf. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there. And the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, and this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker, because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
And there's the rookie from Western Michigan, Dwayne Eskridge. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Wilson able to hook up with Eskridge, first down, Seattle. They go play action now. Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Vikings head back out now, 0-2 to start 2021. 2 road losses, 2 heartbreakers as well. First, they fall at Cincinnati in overtime, and then, boy, a tough loss in Arizona. A game they led much of the way. Kirk Cousins had him in position for a 37-yard field goal attempt at the end, but Greg Joseph, unfortunately, misses wide right. And now you look ahead, they get 2 home games coming up, but it's Seattle and Cleveland who come to town. So a difficult road ahead in Minneapolis. On 3rd down, Cousins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cook. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, because they did not want to get the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Cousins again. And his pass incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back, the intended target. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Now Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Seattle Seahawks coming onto the field here, and Seattle coming off a tough 33-30 overtime loss to the Titans last week. At Seattle, the only team in the NFC West who did not start the season 2-0. The Seahawks in this last game, though, Charles, they positioned themselves to get the win, but they simply could not stop a comeback from Derrick Henry and the Titans.
They led by 15 at halftime, all right? And the Titans came back to tie with 3 touchdowns, 182 yards from Derrick Henry to make it a tie and then win it in overtime. Russell Wilson, Tyler Lockett, they continue their connection. And Wilson, 343 yards and 2 touchdowns. Lockett, 8 catches, 178 yards and a touchdown. You would have thought that they would have locked this thing away. Defensively, in the old days, they would have. But Seattle goes as their offense goes right now. And the offense sputtered late. 3 and out, 3 of their last 4 drives, including overtime. Couldn't close it out, and Tennessee sneaks out with a win.
Looking at their next 3, at Minnesota, then San Francisco, and then home to host the Rams. Play action. It's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he did not reel it in. Metcalf once again the target, and it's 3rd down. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It got his man complete. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The question to be asked, where does this game go from here as we are back at it now on EA Sports? And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Now it's Carson. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Flushed out right. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first. From the gun, it's Wilson. To the right side, incomplete to Metcalf. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
Yeah, a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. To throw again is Wilson. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
You having fun with this one, partner?
I am. He's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the masterclass right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes, carving them up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Now Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. From the 36, Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
Well, Charles, looking back to week 2 in the NFL, boy, some quarterback injuries all over the place. Tua for Miami goes down. Indianapolis' Carson Wentz. Tyrod Taylor in Houston. Andy Dalton for the Bears all leave their games with injuries. Even Baker Mayfield had to play through one. Of all of those guys and in all those injury situations, which one are you keeping your eye on most?
Well, can I use 2? In fact, I'm going to use 2. Thanks for the permission. I appreciate that. Indianapolis, Carson Wentz going down, Jacob Eason having to take over. From what I hear, a significant rolled ankle, which probably means he'll miss multiple games. And if that's the case, Jacob Eason has to take over, and the Colts lean even harder on their run game. Man, how about Miami with Tua? Tua going down, Jacoby Brissett coming in. It's a rib injury. Can he go the very next week against the Raiders? If not, Brissett has experience in doing that, and Miami will need the win on the road. As far as Chicago and Andy Dalton, I think they were ready to make the move to Justin Fields pretty soon anyway. Baker Mayfield's a tough guy, and I really hate it for Tyrod Taylor. Although Davis Mills was drafted to be their future quarterback, Tyrod Taylor's had to play through different things like this before. Never has he had great luck.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Touchdown, Seahawks. Tyler Lockett, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
But that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Cousins on 1st down. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Now a pass taken in by the tight end Herndon. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. He's got it at the 15. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
Yeah, and that throw, my goodness, and even 70 yards through the air. Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. To throw, Cousins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We know these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 55 rushing yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Oh, Wilson going to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. On 3rd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
I got one. 49, check 49, check 49.
Watch out.
Hey, alert.
4th down, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. To throw is Cousins. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A 1st down throw for Cousins. 23 yards on the play. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. To throw again on second down. Cousins. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. To the air again, it's Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They'll run for it. Cook. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left.
Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. So the victory here for Seattle. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Seahawks, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll get another road test.